Hello, this is Diana. Welcome to my channel where I discuss all things bookish. Today I'm doing another Plan With Me video for October 24th through the 30th. And I'm really excited about doing this week because I have a handle now on what I want to accomplish with my personal to-do lists, my writing, my social media, and all of the other tasks that are going on in my life. And like I said, I really think I have a plan. This is going to be just a final test week so that moving forward into November, I am going to have a really good handle on what's going on. So I want to show you how I got to this point, because this has been a process throughout the month of November. The first week, I had everything listed out in a great big to-do list. And that was just that was a hot mess because I couldn't find where writing things were, where social media things were, things were crossed off. It was just, it was a mess. So I decided on the next week to break these out into rows so that each row had a function, so that on each row I could look at just one activity. So back here, writing was the first row, social media was the second, and personal was the last. And I did that because I figured the writing and the social media are the most important. And the personal, because it's the last thing that I would think of, I would put it down here because, to-do lists can always change. And I just thought putting it at the end would sort of signify its importance, because I've always been told you put the most important things at the top so they catch your eye. But that didn't work for me, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought it would, but having the personal down at the bottom never really gave me an opportunity to really catch what it was that was going on. And right here, let me show you this. This is where I started scribbling and making writing notes right next to the personal row. That didn't seem very practical for me. It wasn't working because this stuff was going on up here, and tasks were migrating over to here and here. Oh, and by the way, here was the personal stuff, and it wasn't flowing for me. But I liked the concept of being in rows. So last week, I took this and I moved the personal to the top row. That way I can see it, see what's going on with my day, and then I think that was a really good way for me to start off the day. Then I moved social media next, and writing was at the bottom. Not that that has anything to do with the significance of social media versus writing, but social media and writing tend to be the same thing. So it was really just something I decided to pick. Let's do social media and let's do writing. And it kind of worked. It actually did. Looking ahead, or looking back, I should say, here we celebrated our 13th wedding anniversary. We had dinner out. Now I know we had dinner out, so I don't need to write that anywhere. But down here, I had my writing things. I didn't put a lot of social media in. And I don't know if that was part of why it didn't work for me. Social media didn't work last week. But the writing did. So I liked that. I thought that was a success. So moving on to the second half of the week, again, the personal stuff was up here. And the nice thing is I hosted my annual Halloween crop at Casa de la Hirsch, which is actually going to be the last annual Halloween crop at Casa de la Hirsch in Michigan since we are moving. And so social media and writing continued here, obviously, until the weekend came. so here was just really the crop information. I thought I might actually get some stuff done, which is why I left these boxes here, but we didn't. I didn't. But the really cool thing, and this is part of the reason why nothing got done, is Penn State kicked the balls out of Ohio State at the game. Footballs, I should say. Footballs. Right. So, having done that and celebrating that in the evening, I didn't really get a whole lot of stuff done on Sunday. But I had time to look back and reflect on all of this, and I took a look at my past personal planners, and I got a really good idea, and I started using this during last week. I took my month at a glance and started writing in blog posts that I was working on, that I wanted to schedule coming up in the future, because I blog on every odd numbered day. So it's not every day. There's not that immediate, there's not that much of a pressure, but there's enough to keep me writing and to keep me active, in shape, writing. And so it just really worked, combining some of the other writing activities that I had, some of the personal activities that I had. Like I said, yay, we are Penn State. And just a whole lot of other things that were going on. And I found, again, kind of surprising, when I had everything down in a great big view, looking at it overall, it was easy for me to see what I needed to get done. So taking that and moving forward with this week in October, this last week, I'm going to take a nod from the previous weeks and from some earlier planner layouts and designs. One of the things I have, remember, I'm moving, and I want to get rid of all of my stuff. I'm using what I have. I'm not buying anything new. I really mean that. So I came across these older kits from Planner Sister Sticker, and there's nothing wrong with them. I actually like this company a lot, but they're Erin Condren sized. I have a Happy Planner, and I'm really tired of seeing the Erin Condren size kits in my stash. Now, I got these way back when I started getting into this, and I saw the YouTube videos, and all I could see were Erin Condren stuff everywhere, and this is how you had to do it, so this was the stuff I got. And now that there's so much Happy Planner stuff, I don't need the Erin Condren size. So here's the kits actually that I'm going to use. I originally got the I guess it's the Very Hungry Caterpillar kit, although I know it has some other name and I don't see it here. But when I ordered it, I also ordered with it the Bright Hearts kit. And I did that because these two colors actually go together. They all match, so this will work. I happened to get this as a bonus extra sheet with one of my more recent orders, so this is great. I have a whole lot of stuff here. I also have, from those kits and from other kits, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff that I haven't used up. I've got some full boxes and flags. I've got some leftover headers, some very leftover headers from another kit. Still, all Planner Sister Sticker. Gosh, it's like a tongue twister for me. Again, some Ombre Heart checklists, and again, more headers. So I'm going to incorporate all of this into my planner this week. I want to get the good karma flowing in this and get rid of all of the Erin Condren size stuff. So without further ado, I am going to take this and start the week off, and I will be right back. So here is how I set up my week. I have a row of personal, writing, and social media, all color coordinated so I can see it at a glance. I decided to switch up the writing and the social media this time because this week I'm not doing as much writing as I am social media. I don't have a lot of writing things to do this week. So this way my personal to-dos are on the top, followed by the writing and the social media. I'd much rather have more space and time for that, but again, any of the writing can sort of bleed over into social media, and I've got that flexibility. I'm still hung up on having work shifts and noting when I work, even though I know when I work. So I listed work as many things this week. And where I normally would have just put a box or just left it alone, there was the afternoon header, so I just covered that up with a matching pink sticker strip. So I have lots of room for planning, the whole white space thing, and I have checklists and alternating boxes, and it just kind of gives it a balanced look. Although, upon reflection, I should have switched the colors around. Because I used the Hungry Caterpillar on the personal side, that's where I have the most stuff to do. And it would have been better had I moved it down to, say, social media and done that all in the color purple. My gosh, in the color pink. Just because I would have had more room for checklists up top. Right now, the caterpillar's kind of in the way, but I'll be able to write over him, and I don't know, I guess he makes me happy enough looking at him as I'm running my errands and whatnot. So, and then the second half of the week is pretty much the same. We've got the Hungry Caterpillar, again, my work shifts, and right over here, I have some TV shows that I know are coming on that I like to watch. So, with this in mind, I'm going to go ahead, fill out my weekend, and I'll be back to show you how that came out. So here's my week laid out, complete from Monday through the weekend. Again, I'll show you on the start of the week. Again, I have my personal to-dos up here. And since I was a little concerned that I wouldn't have enough space, over here I used an extra checklist in the same color so that I could write some additional tasks there. Plus I have all of the space down on the sidebar, so it should be no problem. Yeah, I used a cute little sticker because, well, I had the room and I had the stickers, so decided to use that. I put in some social media icons as well as coffee cups on the days that I know I'll be out writing. Looking ahead to the weekend, there was this nice little quote that came with the sticker sheet. The Penn State-Purdue game, we're hoping for the same outcome as we did Ohio State. And then I just threw in some check boxes or some full boxes and some flags just throughout to just give it a bit of color as well as fill up the space. I can still write here, so that's not a problem. And it's functional and yet it's decorative. And that's what I like. There's a lot of white space here for me to write on because plans will change, and I like the flexibility of this, especially since I have room here on the sidebar to make any additional notes, as well as what I really like to do is at the end of Sunday, I like to have a next week box or checklist so I can look ahead to the next week and see what's going on, see what I've completed, see what needs to be done, and just take it from there. So I wanted to show you what I've used because I feel rather proud of myself. There was this sticker sheet, and I used a few of the headers here and some of the hearts. And since the only things that are left are blog and YouTube, I will be throwing this sheet out because I've maximized it to the best that I can. I've used a lot of the full boxes and almost all of the checklists. I've used some little headers here, some flags. I use the flags to indicate the categories: personal, writing, and social media. I use the little sticker strips to cover up the text that was here, because this was a morning, afternoon, and evening planner. So I just wanted to hide that so I had some extra space to work with. And yeah, I used a couple of the little caterpillars. So these sheets I'll hold on to because there's still enough stickers that'll be functional, and I'll be able to use these on another spread. So that I will hold on to. I used up some of the flags on this. There's enough stuff that I'll hold on to this as well because I can use some of the headers and 2 of the flags. So this will be wrapping up a kit probably with the other sheet of stickers. I still have a lot of ombre heart checklists here, and I still have a lot of colors with this. I have a full box, some checklists, and you know me, I'm really into the checklist, so the more of these I have, the better. So this is a sheet I'll hold on to for at least one more kit. Probably I'll combine everything there. And then I wanted to show you some of the other stickers that I've used in my planner. These are the Penn State football stickers from Imagine That by Lori. She does a lot of school teams, so that was pretty nice. I have from Paper Cuts and Pliers, their social media kit, and I really like these. It's really good for just a visual thing so I know what's coming up, what I need to work on, what my plans are. And finally, I have the little kawaii coffee stickers from Novations, and these are just the cutest little things, so I use them every week when I know I'm going out writing in a coffee shop, or if I have a coffee date with someone like my husband or a friend or whatever. So this is my week laid out. I'm going to go in, fill in some of the information, and I'll be right back. So here is my completed weekly spread. And I was able to break out the personal writing and social media. And, you know, I had a lot more writing than I thought I did. Here is a note to call my friend Deb on the way home after my doctor's office. I am keeping it on this little sticky note that came from, what is it, Michael's, I believe, as part of the Mambi planner stuff. I love these. Even though it says shopping list, I use it as a to-do list. I know that. But just looking ahead, I've got a lot of cleaning stuff to do, a lot of packing. The writing actually has a lot to do with blog posts, but I am working on a chapter of my memoir to submit to my critique group. This is nice because this is the fourth week of the month, so I don't have any writing, I don't have any art groups. This is a good week to catch up on things, and if I email my piece in early enough, I will definitely be critiqued. So working on that. Social media is also a bit of a writing, and I'm really trying to work on my social media and organize that so I can see what I've done, what I'm doing, what's working and what isn't. And so moving on to the second half of the week, as you can see, there's a lot of space left over here on the to-dos. I don't know what's going to change, and that's the whole idea of a planner, is to have this ability to plan. Again, more writing and social media stuff. There's a lot of videos that I want to film for this channel. A lot of book related to from Book Expo America. Again, more blog posts, and well, pretty much that's it. For the first time in a long time, I've used some washi tape down here. I thought that the pattern really looked nice to pull together to the really awesome quote. It was life and we decided to live it. I think that kind of says it all, really. Along with the other quote, which is dream all day long. Those are two good messages to have. And on that really good note, I am going to sign out of here. May you all have a productive week, and I will see you again soon. Bye.